honestly, I've got a booty coming. Oh, are we focused? Just about. Yeah. So, welcome back to Northernmost Mustard. My name's Jordan. We are in week 5 of the London Muscle Cutting Guide, and this week has been the best week so far. But we're not going to talk about week 5 cutting guide this week. That is for Sunday's video. It's also going to feature all my measurements, which I have measured myself, and there has been some significant decreases in the right areas, inches wise, and significant increases in the places you want the increases, i.e. the bicep. So let's go and complete day 3 of the 5th week of the London Muscle Cutting Guide, which is going to be a HIIT session today. I was supposed to do it yesterday as part of the session I did yesterday, but I couldn't do it because I ran out of time at the gym. So let's go and do it now. And by the way, there's a bit of fish tank talk. Ahoy hoy. Hello. Let's go. So we're in a bath. Hello. Ooh. So we're off to the gym. Video coming about this car soon. This is my daily driver, the Abarth 595 1.4 turbo. Don't really know much about it. It's a nice little cheap car, but you can hear, I don't know if you can hear the exhaust. It's quite nice to be fair, but more of that soon. See you at the gym! So that was the HIIT session done. I'm not gonna lie, at one point I was rowing that hard, I think I had what are those little fellas called who sit on the front and scream row. I had one of them at one point on the top of the rower, I'm sure of it. Either that or honestly, I think I saw Oxford and Cambridge pulling up alongside me and I was going for it. But yeah, really good workout, that one. More about week 5 later. I will be getting onto that on the Sunday video, like I said. I've got an idea. I think I'm going to buy the London Muscle macro pre-made food for the week and see how they get on. So I'll probably order that sometime over the weekend to coincide with my video on week 5 of the cutting guide. I'll review their meals, see how I like them. You can help me pick them as well. But let's get back home and let's discuss what the main reason this video is about. Bit of a problem, locked out my house. So, looks like I'm doing it from my car. So, the reason why I'm doing this video really is not to, I don't know, feel sorry for myself or want people to go, oh, don't worry, you're getting back on the right track, all that nonsense. It's just to say really how I got to where I did before starting the cutting guide. And I think it's helpful because I think a lot of people don't realise they're heading that way. It's so easy to slip into, you know, bad habits and slowly put on weight. I mean, it creeps over the course of, I think for me, probably about 3 or 4 years. And you always do that thing, I'll start on Monday. It's gonna, you know, I'll wait till the new year, I'll wait till this, I'll wait till that. And it just takes so long, hence why I'm so happy that I started the cutting guide. So I want to start with the first reason why, and that was going to university. So I went to university in 2013. Now when I went to university I just wasn't prepared for it at all. I could barely cook. I was quite independent, but I was super fit before I went. I used to do loads and loads of sports, and the minute I got there, didn't play a sport, ate takeaways constantly, boozed all the time, and would never get up until midday. So my typical day at university would be get up at 12, maybe roll into a lecture. No, I did go to a few lectures. I'd have a takeaway, and then have some pre-drinks and go out and repeat. You know, I do it a couple of times a week. So it was really, really bad lifestyle. And I think my weight went from something like 12 stone up to about 16, about 11 stone up to about 16.5 stone, which only sounds like 5.5 pounds, 5.5 stone, which actually, to be fair, only sounds, is a lot of weight. And it happened over the course of maybe 3 or 4 years. So although it seems like quite a long time, I don't remember a time when I actually thought, how has this happened? I was super, super skinny and lanky at one point, and then I've gone to having like a capital D the next. So I don't know, you know, it just creeps up on you so fast. And I just wish I'd been more mindful at uni and, you know, looked at what I was eating. You know, if I'm going to have a bad meal, just don't have too many. Just to have everything in moderation, which I just wasn't having at all. And if I could go back and change just a couple of tweaks to my lifestyle at university, I wouldn't be paying for it now and having to lose so much weight. And, you know, no one wants to be carrying this weight for as long as I have done for the past 3 or 4 years. I wish, you know, I'm in my prime now at 25, or I should be, I think. Is your prime 25? Or is it like 21 or something? I'm probably over the hill, I'm probably past my prime. But in any case, you know, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you want to be in your best shape you possibly can. Because obviously the older you get, supposedly harder to lose weight. I don't know if that's the case, but it's a lot easier to stay in shape anyway than it is to balloon up and then lose it all again. So I just wish I knew what I was like now and what I know now back at university. So university was a massive one for me, putting on weight and my lifestyle surrounding university. So if you go into university, make sure you can cook more than beans on toast, because I couldn't. It will lead to plenty of dominoes, so be careful. Number 2, now I think I speak for most people. Most people have lost someone in their family, whether it be, you know, a distant relative or a close relative, and obviously I'm no exception. And for me, losing my uncle, which was a massive, massive influence in my life, and I basically tried to follow in his footsteps. I went to university because of him. I did all these things where he inspired me to do university, go down the route I'm going down in my career, live life, travel, all that sort of stuff. I even lived with him in Switzerland, in Geneva, for a year, up until he sadly passed away on flight MH17, the tragedy that happened in July 2014, and the plane was shot down over Ukraine. It was a massive news story. It's been ongoing for years now. I've done documentaries with the BBC. I've done every single news outlet in the whole of I've been on US news channels, English news channels, Australian, Malaysia, everything, Dutch. So that was a massive, massive point in my life, and I'm not gonna lie, my health took a massive, massive downturn. In fact, my whole aspect of every single part of my life went downhill at that point. And that's to be expected, to be honest, because it's never a nice thing losing someone, and everyone deals with these things in different ways. But I know from that what I go to is food. It's one of the biggest crutches I use, and I've noticed that from that bereavement, that one of my main crutches is if I'm feeling absolutely terrible, or I'm having a weak moment where I'm thinking about all the terrible things that have happened to, you know, during that period, and what might have happened to my uncle, you know, when that plane got shot down. It doesn't bear worth thinking about. But what I would do is I would go and get some sweets. I would go and get a takeaway. I would just eat. I wouldn't move. I'd lie in bed. And it's difficult to get yourself out of those things. And, you know, I'm not qualified to tell anyone how they should deal with bereavement, unfortunately. But I just dealt with it the way I knew best, which was, in fact, I don't know how I dealt with it, and I probably still haven't dealt with it. But one thing that has massively helped is the cutting guide, to be honest with you, because it's given me a new lease of life. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm starting to lose weight in all the right areas, and it's surprising what that'll do for your confidence. And I haven't felt this good in such a long time, and I just wish I'd started it sooner. And the most annoying thing that I kick myself about constantly is I bought the London Muscle Cutting Guide 2014 to 2015, which will have been about 1 year into university. Now, can you imagine if I'd started it then, when I had probably only put on about half a stone to a stone? I'd probably be absolutely ripped now, and who knows what extra boost that would have given me across my whole entire life, in terms of career, in terms of well-being, lifestyle, everything across the board. That newfound confidence I would have had. Instead, I bought the cutting guide, and what did it do? Sat in my mobile, a complete waste of money, and you know, it's just so frustrating. And I just wish I started it back then. I mean, it's good that I've started it now, but I just wish I'd started it back then. It winds me up to think I spent the money and didn't use it. And if that's not motivation enough, if you've bought the cutting guide, or you bought any of the cutting guides, or you're thinking about buying the cutting guide, so far from what I've seen from the cutting guide and the results I'm getting, I would be, if I was to stop now, I'd still be happy with the results. I mean, I look back at my first ever photo I took for the first day one of the cutting guide, and it is honestly shocking. On the week 16, on the final week, I will, on my final video, show you my first ever picture, and you'll be shocked. I've got like a big strip of back fat along the left and right hand side coming up from under my rib cage. I've got a Lord Derby going on, a capital D. It's really unhealthy looking. It's shocking, and already, like I said, I'm just losing inches. And I'm looking so much better, and everything's so much tighter, and everything's improving. My cardio, my leg strength, honestly, I've got a booty coming. Honestly, I swear to God. Honestly, I could probably twerk now. It's getting to that point. So I'm really, really happy with the results so far. It's just a little bit of, you know, if you're thinking about doing it, or, you know, you're in one of those points in your life that I've just mentioned, one of those 2 points, maybe starting some sort of fitness guide might help you. Maybe it won't, maybe it will, but it's really, really helped me, definitely. So on that note, please get in the comments below. Let me know if you're doing the cutting guide, you think you're doing the cutting guide. Let me know where you're up to on the cutting guide. Add me on social media, ask me loads of questions. Get in the description below. The London Muscle website's on there. Remember, I am not affiliated with them at all. I'm just a customer. Please like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much for watching, and see you Sunday. Goodbye.